Regarding the third ground of appeal, within which the defense argues that the pretrial chamber erred in not considering humanitarian grounds either as independent consideration or mitigating factor in assessing interim release, the appeals chamber considers that the pretrial chamber did not refuse to address the question of interim release on humanitarian grounds. Rather, it gave the reasons for which, in its grounds advanced by the defense, were not sufficiently set out in the case at hand. Further, the appeals chamber recalls that the medical condition of a detained person may be a reason for a chamber to grant interim release with conditions, and that the chamber enjoys the discretion when deciding on conditional release. The appeals chamber considers that it is not apparent from the pretrial chamber's assessment that it was unreasonable. The pretrial chamber found the existence of risks under Article 58(1)(b) of the statute, which were not mitigated by Mr. Duterte's purported condition, and also could not be mitigated by any condition imposed upon release. The pretrial chamber then proceeded to analyze whether humanitarian grounds, as argued by the defense, the appeals chamber thus considers that the pretrial chamber assessed relevant information before it in light of the arguments made by the defense and reached its conclusion on this basis. It follows that the defense has failed to demonstrate that the pretrial chamber's assessment was unreasonable. Accordingly, the appeals chamber finds that the defense has failed to show that the pretrial chamber erred in its assessment. The third ground of appeal is rejected. Finally, the appeals chamber notes that the pretrial chamber reached its conclusions in relation to the risks enumerated in Article 58(1)(b) of the statute on the basis of a comprehensive assessment of the information before it. In the present case, having rejected the three grounds of appeal presented by the defense in the appeal brief, the appeals chambers unanimously confirms the impugned decision. This brings us to the end of the summary of the appeals chamber's judgment. The judgment will be notified to the parties and participants after the hearing. Translations of the summary in due course. I would like to thank the court reporters, interpreters, and other registry staff for their valuable assistance today in holding this hearing. The hearing is adjourned.
All rise. We will